Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is part 2 of the bayan of Moulana Ibrahim Dewla Sahab Damat Barakatuhum. Iman ki dawat, the dawah of Iman. We're continuing from the 5 minute and 40 second mark, and this is part 2. So he was talking about in part 1, just to recap, Hazrat Damat Barakatuhum was talking about making use of one's time, guarding one's time, and valuing one's time. And the way a person makes use of his time is that he fulfills the amal that is required of that time. He was giving an example of the time after Fajr Salah, and he was saying about how after Fajr Salah, the person who sits in zikr of Allah Ta'ala through sunrise and prays his ishraq, then such a person will get the reward of one accepted Hajj and one accepted Umrah. And he said that is how to maximize one's time after Fajr, by doing this amal. And so now he's continuing on, and he's saying that the way to make the maximum use of one's time is to see first what amal is demanded in that time and then fulfill that amal. So he says if a person does not make use of his time in amal, then it is gone forever. Till Qiyamah he will not recover that time. Till Qiyamah he will not be able to recover that amal. Hazrat asked Majma if they will inshallah do this amal, and everyone said inshallah. He said, and don't sit here with your head down and fall asleep during the bayan. Don't sit here and fall asleep in the bayan with your head down, so that I won't be able to catch you and no one else will be able to catch you. So that I won't notice you sleeping and no one else will notice you sleeping. That you will sit here and doze off. So you won't do this, right? Meaning you will be attentive to the bayan. He said you have to stay awake for the bayan. And you have to be attentive. You have to stay awake during this bayan, and you have to be attentive to the bayan, what's being said. Listen to what's being said. Don't look here and there. He said, well, you're sitting in the gathering and you're looking here and there, who's coming, who's going. He said, well, what's your business? How's that any of your business? Who's coming and who's going out of the bayan? Who's coming and who's going out of the lecture? Who's coming and who's going out of the gathering? That's not your business. Pay attention and be attentive and listen to the discourse. You've come here for work, and complete that work. So here in the dark, don't fall asleep with your head down. But pay attention to the talk. Be attentive to the talk. We have to take this talk into us. The person who does not take this talk into them, no one can put it in them. Meaning he's saying that accept this talk. Listen to it attentively and accept it. And if a person does not take on this talk, then who can make him? Just as we take medicine, we have to take this talk in as well. If we don't accept this talk, if we don't ingest it, if we don't digest it, if we don't take it in, what benefit will this be? Otherwise, there is a ritual way of listening to talks and bayans in the world, there's a ritual way of listening to lectures in the world, that people hear all sorts of lectures, dini talks, bayans. They just hear it and it passes. They hear this and it passes. They hear that and it passes. That's just hearing. But they haven't taken it in them. They haven't listened to it. They haven't accepted it. They haven't accepted the talk.
ये रिवाजी बातें हैं, ये रिवाजी तरीके हैं, आया गया सुना बस ये खत्म कर दिया.
So he's saying there's a ritual way of hearing a bayan, hearing a religious discourse, that you hear this, you hear that, it passes and this, and you move on and that's it. But the person hasn't accepted that talk. He hasn't brought himself onto that talk, what's being said.
कोई जिंदगी में तब्दीली नहीं आती.
He said people, when people, they hear things just as a ritual. They attend the religious discourse, listen to a religious bayan, a religious lecture, just as a ritual. Their life doesn't change at all, and their life's not changing because they're just hearing the talk. They're not listening to it. There's a difference between hearing and listening. They're just hearing the talk. They're not listening to the talk. They're not attentive to it. They're not accepting what's being said. They're not bringing that talk into them. They're not bringing themselves onto the action, what is being required in the talk. So therefore, their life does not change.
नहीं मेरे दोस्तों, दीन की बात तो ऐसी है जैसे दवा से तंदुरुस्ती में तब्दीली आती है कि हाँ अब मेरी तंदुरुस्ती ठीक हो रही है.
He's saying, no, my friends, religious discourse, the bayan, the lecture, this is like medicine. That when a person starts to take this religious discourse, then he starts feeling better, just like a person who takes medicine starts feeling better.
दवा खाते खाते, दवा इस्तेमाल करते करते महसूस करता है कि भूख लग रही है, नींद आ रही है, अब चलने फिरने में ज्यादा मशक्कत नहीं होती है, काम कर लेता हूँ, तो यूँ फर्क पड़ता है तंदुरुस्ती का.
So he's just giving different examples of how a person takes medicine and starts feeling better, and he's able to then get up and move around and starts eating and starts getting back to his life. When a person takes medicine, so he starts feeling better, and he's linking that to now religious discourse, the bayan, the lecture, that if a person starts taking that and accepting it and taking it in himself, then he should spiritually start getting better.
ऐसे ही दीन के काम में लगते 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 फर्क पड़े कि अब हिदायत आ रही है.
So he's saying by getting involved and engaged in the work of deen, in the effort of deen, a person should start feeling the same way spiritually, as in he should feel the hidayat coming. So now he's going to give some examples of that.
अब हिदायत आ रही है, अपने गुनाहों का डर लग रहा है, अपने. So
now he's giving an example. The first example he says is when a person gets involved and engaged in dini work, dini activity, listening to dini bayans, attending dini programs, a sign that that person has taken it on and it has entered into him and he has come on to that talk and he has come on to religious discourse, is that now he sees hidayat coming in his life. And one of the first signs of hidayat coming in his life is that he's now abstaining from sin. He's now abstaining from sin and he's now concerned of the akhirah. This shows that now this person is getting spiritually healthy. Otherwise, if this type of change is not coming in a person, then the person is engaged in dini work only as a ritual. And the person is listening to dini discourse, dini lectures, dini bayans, reading dini books only as a ritual, like ceremonial. Because the change is not coming. The change which is demanded by the hidayah is not coming.
छोड़ दिया तो अपने दीन को रिवाज बनाने से उसका कोई असर नहीं मिलेगा.
By turning deen into a ritual and ceremony, it will not affect us at all.
दीन को रिवाज न बनाने.
Do not turn deen into a ritual or ceremony.
दीन को तो मेहनत बनानी है, मकसद.
Deen is to be made our effort and our objective.
बनाना है. जैसे लोग अपने कारोबार को मेहनत मकसद बनाते हैं और कमाते हैं.
Just like how people make their means of livelihood, means of earning as their job, as their objective, and by it they earn a living, they earn money.
वो उसको खेल नहीं बनाते, रिवाज नहीं बनाते.
People don't make their jobs, their occupation into an amusement, into a child's play, into a ritual and ceremony.
काम बनाते हैं, काम.
They make their occupation as their job, their task, their work. They call it work. The person says, I'm going to work.
मेरा काम है, मैं काम पर जा रहा हूँ. मेरा काम है, मैं काम पर जा रहा हूँ.
So the person says, oh, I have work, I'm going to work. I have work, I'm going to work. So the person is calling his means of livelihood his work.
हाँ, रोज रोज सुनो बात कि कहाँ जा रहे हो? मैं तो काम पर जा रहा हूँ.
Every day you'll hear this. Go ask a person, where are you going? He says, I'm going to work.
कहते नहीं कहते, काम पर जा रहा हूँ. हाँ, तो जैसे वो तो मेरे से रोजी रोटी का काम है, हम उसको भी गलत नहीं कहते, वो भी ठीक है. ये काम उससे ज्यादा जरूरी है.
So earning a livelihood, we don't say that's wrong. That's also important. But the effort of deen and the work of deen is of greater importance.